Hello guys, this is Doronsmovies and welcome to the World of Warcraft Q&A number 59. So in this video, I'll be answering some of the questions that you guys still left in the previous video, and if you'd like to get your questions answered, it's pretty much as it always was, just leave it in the YouTube comment section below, as that is the best way, as I can just go video by video and see which questions for which video. And if I don't answer your questions, just feel free to send it over again and I'll try to do my best. And you can also send me Facebook messages and I will try to respond to them as fast as I can. Sometimes I miss them, you can send them again there as well. So I haven't done these videos in a bit, mostly because I was working on the machinima. I also had some lore stuff, and I also have some lore stuff planned for the future, so I've been working on other stuff, but I'll try to get these videos at least once a week or so, because, you know, I want to get the opinions of the community, you know, just answer some of the questions by the community and just give my opinions and stuff. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into the actual question. So the first name is, I don't know what this is. I'm guessing this is Russian. It says something Legion Piletsky. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's Burning Legion or something like that. So I'm sorry for my Russian. I can understand like Cyrillic, like, or however it's pronounced, like the letters, but I can't pronounce that. So let's just go with the Burning Legion. So his question is, who do you think is currently more powerful lore-wise, Alliance or Horde? I'd personally go with Alliance because they have Jaina, who's the most powerful mage, except Medivh, who doesn't really care. Jaina has the mana bomb. Jaina's new lover, Kelesgos, can't spell his name properly, is the leader of the Blue Dragon fight, so they would surely support Alliance. Also, Kelesgos can convince Alexstrasza to help, cause I'm sure she still remembers all what the orcs have done to her and her children. Also, Alliance has Velen, who would convince the mighty Naru to help. Alliance has the Night Elf Druids, who are not only powerful but also can call upon the Ancients. Cenarius probably hasn't forgotten how orcs killed him as well. Plus, Night Elves have the Nordrassil and the new Well of Eternity, which are basically a giant source of magical powers. So, what do you think? Alright, so I would definitely say it's completely tied up, mainly because there's a lot of people who play Alliance and then there's a lot of people who play Horde, so they kind of have to keep it equal. But obviously your argument is a bit Alliance-sided because you only included like the positive Alliance points. You didn't really do like positive negatives and then just give some Horde points. So I will try to give you positive Horde ones as well and then just try to like equal everything out. So first of all, I wouldn't really say Jaina is the most powerful mage. Like, even in Warcraft 3, she was very young and there were much stronger mages out there, like Antonidas, for example, who died during the Siege of Dalaran. Few others I could count in would probably be Ashara, because she's way more powerful than Jaina, but her status is kind of unknown. Like, I'm guessing everyone knows she's sort of alive, but no one really knows where she is, so that is a bit of a, I wouldn't really count her onto this list, but I would say she's more powerful than Jaina, definitely. But another mage that is definitely on her level, or probably even on a bigger level, is Khadgar, since he was the student of Medivh and he also saved the entire world by closing the Dark Portal. Plus, you can see he's a pretty powerful mage in Warlords of Draenor, like in the recent expansion. So I would say she is quite powerful, but definitely not the most powerful mage out there or in the entire Warcraft universe. And there are still more powerful mages than her. Alright, so secondly, I don't know what you mean by she has the mana bomb, because, you could say she got the mana bomb by receiving the mana bomb for her town, but I wouldn't really say that she has the mana bomb. Like, the original mana bomb is made by the Blood Elves and later on used by Garrosh, who destroyed Terramore. So unless I'm missing something or I'm missing something new that came out, I don't see how she has a mana bomb right now. So if I'm missing something, feel free to say in the comment section below. I might have missed something, but I don't really think she has a mana bomb for herself. Alright, third, the thing with Kelesgos, it is a bit confusing, to be honest. I mean, they are in good relations, they're sort of lovers, I guess, but you can't just control the dragon aspects like that, she can't just, she's in a relationship with Kelesgos and now she has the entire dragon fight with the Alliance. I wouldn't really say that that's the case. Plus, the dragons, they lost their powers after Cataclysm, so they're not nearly as strong as they were before. And also, if you read War Crimes, Alexstrasza said that she has forgiven the orcs because what they did, because she knows they are not the same Horde, they have changed. So I mean, it's not like you can just control the entire dragon aspect just because she's in good relationship with Kelesgos. Alright, fourth, your point is Velen. And that is true. I mean, Velen is really strong. I mean, he's related to Archimonde that killed Jaden, who are one of the most powerful figures in the Warcraft universe. Although he isn't as strong as them, because they are empowered, since they got corrupted by Sargeras. But I wouldn't really see Velen as someone who is like extremely powerful, as in Destruction, but more as someone who is a prophet, because he's known as Prophet Velen, and someone who can like communicate with the Naru, see the future, and is like super wise and can advise his people. But I don't see him as someone who is like super powerful, who can like stop an entire army, destroy an entire city or an entire world. because if he was able to do that, I mean, he would definitely be able to stop the Horde from destroying shit. And last, your point is about the druids, and I would say the druids are really powerful, and so is scenarios, but warlocks are also powerful, so are shamans, and pretty much any spellcaster like class out there. And the entire Nordrassil thing right now is kind of a bit confusing, and it isn't really clear, as you know, we don't really know much about it right now because they haven't really mentioned it, and we don't even know if the Night Elves actually gained their immortality back and how everything works right now. So that is on your points. I would say there is much of like alliance bias there, because there is like no proof when you say like Jane is the most powerful one. There is really no proof that she is the most powerful one, since, I mean, let's be honest, she didn't really do anything crazy in the entire Warcraft, like her story in World of Warcraft, not just World of Warcraft, but since Warcraft 3, she wasn't really involved in something crazy. For example, like Khadgar, you know, who just saved the entire world of Azeroth and close the dark portal. So right now I'm not going to list like every point for the Horde, but I'm just gonna give you a few points that can kind of equal the entire thing out. So you have characters like Troll who are quite strong. He's definitely not like Meteor or something like that, he's pretty strong. Also there are the Forsaken with their ability to make the new Forsaken and the new Plague. You also have the Tauren and the Blood Elves who are building an entire force of their own, just like the Forsaken. So it's not like someone like Jaina can just cast a spell and destroy the entire Thunderbluff. Plus the Tauren, just like the Night Elves, they also have druids and powerful ones like Hamul Rune Totem, and they've also been practicing druidism pretty much for ages, although they recently started doing it again. So yeah, it's really sort of a really big topic right now, and I'm not really planning on starting an entire flame war, because I know everyone likes to argue who is better, Alliance or Horde, but I'm just giving you like my sort of like a lore perspective on it, and from what I know from the entire history. So I'm just trying to give you like a few points that aren't really biased, that are just like, we know that for a fact. Like we know that Khadgar closed the dark portal for a fact. We know that Hamul Rune Totem is a druid for a fact, and everything like that. And I would say they're quite equal in strength right now, although I might gravitate just a slightest bit to the Alliance now, due to the big losses they suffered during the Siege of Orgrimmar. But it's really not too much of a difference, because let's be honest, before the entire Siege of Orgrimmar happened, like in my opinion, I don't have any facts for it or like numbers or anything like that, but I would honestly say that the Horde had the biggest military, or at least a bigger military compared to the Alliance, because Garrosh was just like preparing for a huge war, and that is why the entire Siege of Orgrimmar happened, sort of like so that the Horde can kill each other and kind of equal the entire thing out. So I wouldn't really say there is that much of a difference between the Alliance and the Horde now. Alright, next question is by the Dark Tides, and he asks, what do you think about which race and class combination fits best lore-wise in this whole garrison thing? For example, I don't think anyone would really appreciate Undead Death Knight as a commander, although he's a hardened veteran, but he's still a Death Knight, and he's undead, and so on. I hope you understand what I'm implying. Alright, so I already replied to your comment on the previous video, but I will try to give you a bit of more of like my opinion. So I already replied to your comment on the previous video, and I will try to give you a bit more of like an insight, like my insight on this, like in this video. So I would say the Orc Warrior for the Horde, and a Warrior and a Paladin for the Alliance. And it's not just like because I'm playing an Orc, but because it kind of fits the best. Now, let's be honest, I mean, the entire Horde garrison is Orc themed, like everyone knows that. Like it's not, you don't have like undead buildings or like Blood Elf buildings. Everything is like Orc themed, and most of the Orc leaders in the history were warriors, such as Blackhand, Organ Doomhammer, Grom Hellscream, Garrosh, etc. But of course, any class can fit, because you know, Troll, Gul'dan, and other spellcasters in the entire history. Now on the Alliance side, I would say it's kind of for the same reason, because the entire Alliance garrison is also human based, and usually human warriors and paladins are the leaders. You know, Uther, Terenas, I don't know if I guess Terenas was a warrior. You also have Eren Vryn and his father Lane Vryn. You know, this is just my opinion. Obviously, like any race and class can be a leader of the garrison, or your like whatever the settlement is. But I'm just trying to give you like the statistics, you know, from the actual history, like for the facts of all the faction leaders in the past before. So this is just my opinion. As I said, any class and like race can be a leader for the garrison, but this is just like the most popular one. Alright, and the last question is by Bugsy Lucas, and he asks, what do you think about the lack of gnome lore, and what do you think Blizzard could do to improve it? Personally, I think they could do something to do with their rivalry with the goblins. Perhaps a secret island was discovered on the coast of Dunbarrogue, where the goblins are stealing the gnomes' invention ideas. What do you think? So I think it would be a great idea, or even just for like a patch, not even an entire expansion, just for like a patch for a certain expansion. Definitely not for Worlds of Draenor, but maybe for some expansion in the future, where the alliance would be like on the gnome side and the horde would be on the goblin side, and the entire like the island would be sort of goblin versus gnome themed. So I think that would be like the best opportunity to like expand on the lore, because from what I saw, they already have most of Gnomeregan, if not the entire Gnomeregan right now, and it's just a matter of time before they actually, you know, add the entire city to the game and add an entire capital city to the alliance. But a bit of a problem there is, you know, if they add an entire capital city, you know, to the alliance, they have to add an entire capital city to the horde just so that people can complain. And I believe that is one of the main reasons why they're kinda, you know, complaining on that. But I'm guessing if there is like a new expansion, you know, like, we haven't really had an expansion, if you don't count Cataclysm, that has been like based on that part of Azeroth since, you know, vanilla. So if we get an expansion that is going to like be on Azeroth and is going to include those zones, and Dunmorog is gonna be really relevant, like the Gnomeregan and the entire thing, I'm guessing they're gonna add the Gnomeregan as a faction city and then just like figure something out for the horde. So I think that would be like a great opportunity to just add to the gnomish lore and just give us Gnomeregan in the next expansion if it is based on Azeroth. Alright, so that is all I have for this Q&A. I'm sorry for just a bit of my like rambling at the end, and also I only featured like 3 questions, mainly because like the first question like took forever to answer, but I did want to answer it. This is more of like a discussion video compared to a Q&A, but I wanted to like answer it mostly because I get those questions a lot of the times, and I, you know, sort of, I sometimes like, you know, I don't really read them, or just because people always like argue who is better alliance or the horde, but I just wanted to like give you my opinion on that, sort of on the lore perspective of it. So feel free to, if I haven't answered a question, feel free to leave it again. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can in the next Q&A, so I'll hopefully answer a question. Alright, if you want to leave your questions for the next Q&A, as I said in the intro, pretty much send them by the YouTube comment section, Facebook and Twitter, and don't send them by YouTube personal messages because I don't really read them and it's really confusing to get to and I miss a lot of the questions, so the comment section is the best way to leave your questions. Alright, thanks a lot for taking the time out of the day to watch this video. Don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe. And also, feel free to check out my Twitch or TV channel. I know I was planning on streaming for like ages now, but it's one of the things that I was working on the machinima. I want to do like another video series. I want to do something like, I want to like plan out an entire week and then just get like a lore video like every day for the entire week. I just have to do it, you know, a bit earlier. So that is something I have planned. Plus my internet has been really bad in the past like 10 days, so it's a bit of a delay. So I'll try to get back to streaming, but it, you know, it just takes so much time to do while I could be working on videos, so it's sort of a confusing thing. But feel free to follow me on my Twitch channel, as I will try to get on a regular schedule eventually. So thanks a lot for taking the time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.